Today is the 14th day of the month of Tishrei, and we are doing chapter 138 in the Shulchan Aruch. We will be doing the entire chapter from paragraph 1 all the way through paragraph 10. The topic of chapter 138 is Hoshanah Rabbah, Shemini Atzeres, and Simchas Torah. Paragraph 1. The seventh day of Sukkot is called Hoshanah Rabbah, as we mentioned yesterday. This is because that Hoshanah prayer that we do a lot of them on this seventh day of Sukkot, and Hoshanah Rabbah means a lot of Hoshannahs. It's a very special day on the Jewish calendar. It's considered the final day of the judgment which began on Rosh Hashanah, continued through Yom Kippur, and we really talk about in some ways finishing on Yom Kippur. The final step of that judgment is Hoshanah Rabbah. On Sukkot, we are judged about how much water we're going to get during the year. In an agricultural society, water represents livelihood, because without water, the crops won't grow and we won't have food to eat. So nowadays, that will be translated into the livelihood that we'll get for the upcoming year. Hoshanah Rabbah being the final day of Sukkot is the culmination of that judgment and the culmination of the whole judgment of the high holiday season. Due to that, there are some Yom Kippur, or at least high holiday-like customs that we do on Hoshanah Rabbah, on this last day of Sukkot. Number one is the leader for services on Hoshanah Rabbah morning wears a kittel, the white robe that we wear on high holidays. Some of the tunes that are used during the service are high holiday tunes. We add in some extra prayers for Psukei Zimra, the beginning of the morning service. We do a quasi-holiday Psukei Zimra. Some people have the custom of staying up the entire night preceding Hoshanah Rabbah and studying Torah, again, to try racking up as many merits as they could before the final judgment. And it is customary to have a nice big holiday meal on Hoshanah Rabbah late morning, even though it's not a full-fledged holiday, it's just Chol HaMoed. Because of this extra significance it has, it's customary to have a proper holiday meal. Paragraph 2. On this day of Hoshanah Rabbah, this last day of Sukkot, in addition to shaking the lulav and the esrog, we also take a bundle of 5 willow branches, and we're going to shake that as well. Paragraph 3. The way this works is that after we finish with the lulav and esrog, we put down the lulav and esrog, we then pick up this bundle of willow branches, of aravos, follow along in the prayer book where it says to pick it up. We say a prayer asking God for a year of livelihood and sustenance. And at the conclusion of that prayer, we take this bundle of willow branches and we strike the floor with it 5 times. Once we finish with this bundle, instead of just throwing it in the garbage, because it was used for a mitzvah, it should be, if you're going to throw it out, at least do it in a respectful way, instead of just chucking it into the bin. Lay it down respectfully and not in a garbage can that's filled of disgusting stuff. It's customary to save it to use as part of the firewood to burn chametz come Pesach time. When we burn all of our bread before Passover, we need some fuel to get the fire going, so it's customary to save this bundle, and also many people save the lulav for that as well. My personal family custom is to save the lulav to use as firewood when we burn the bread before Passover, and part of the custom is to every single year to forget to bring that lulav to the fire burning. But the idea is that we have something that's used as mitzvah, let's try using it for another mitzvah down the road instead of merely disposing of it afterwards. Paragraph 4. So we got through the first 7 days of Sukkot. Not just got through, we celebrated through the 7 first days of Sukkot. Now we get to night number 8. Night number 8 really begins a new holiday called Shemini Atzeres, which literally means the holiday of day number 8. This is a separate holiday which is attached to Sukkot, but is its own holiday. Now, outside Israel, this holiday will be 2 days. This Shemini Atzeres extends for 2 days. And the custom is that the first day we call Shemini Atzeres, the second day we call Simchas Torah, and we celebrate completing the annual cycle of reading the whole Torah on the second day. In Israel, where they don't have the double holidays, they only have 1 day for each holiday, so this Shemini Atzeres and Simchas Torah, they have bundled into the same day. Outside Israel, we have another funny situation, where this holiday of Shemini Atzeres, this 8th day, is really its own standalone holiday, but because we always extend our holidays an extra day, then in some ways it has some sukkah aspects, because sukkah, the holiday of Sukkot, might extend into this 8th day. So therefore, outside Israel, we eat in a sukkah on Shemini Atzeres, on this 8th day, but we do not make a blessing of sitting in a sukkah. The blessing of Leishav we skip. We also do not sleep in the sukkah on this 8th night. And because we don't want to cut short the Sukkot holiday, we don't begin, normally you could begin a holiday or Shabbos early, but we don't begin Shemini Atzeres early because that would be cutting into the Sukkot holiday. So Kiddush Shemini Atzeres evening, the 8th night, should be after it's fully dark outside. Paragraph 5. On Shemini Atzeres afternoon, we're supposed to go into the sukkah, eat something, and then there's a prayer you'll find in the Siddur or in the Sukkah's prayer book where we a prayer asking God that taking leave of the sukkah and asking God that next year, this upcoming year, we should merit to sit in the sukkah of the Leviathan, which according to the Medrash, when Mashiach, the Messiah, comes, then there's going to be a sukkah made out of the skin of the Leviathan that we're going to be sitting in, celebrating in. So we're asking God, again, this is like the sukkah's version of next year in Jerusalem. Paragraph 6. At the end of Shemini Atzeres, the 8th day, the 9th day, Simchas Torah, we're eating inside the house. But we're not allowed to prepare from one day of the holiday to the next day of the holiday. So, therefore, you are allowed to bring your tables, chairs from your sukkah into your house, but you can't arrange it in your house to be set up for the meal of the 9th night of Simchas Torah night. Paragraph 7. The last day, we're now up to day number 9 of this long holiday, is called Simchas Torah. As I mentioned earlier, on Simchas Torah, this last day, it's really an extension part of the Shemini Atzeres holiday, but on it we celebrate finishing the annual cycle of reading the Torah. Every single week on Shabbos morning, we read another parsha, another section of the Torah, and we conclude it on Simchas Torah. So on Simchas Torah night number 9, during evening services, we open up the ark, we take out all the Torahs, and we dance to the Torahs around the whole shul. We do 7 circuits. Each circuit really we go around many times usually, is what's generally done. But you have 7 different, what's called hakafos, 7 different circuits around the shul, holding the Torahs, dancing with the Torahs. After we finish those hakafos, those circuits, then we read the Torah, and we finish off the evening service. Paragraph 8. Simchas Torah morning number 9 of this long holiday, we do the Birchas Kohanim. We get the Kohanes, the priests, go up to the front of the shul and they give a blessing to the congregation, just like every holiday. However, on Simchas Torah, they usually do that during the Musaf service, the repetition of the Musaf service. On Simchas Torah morning, then it's common for them to do it during the Chaz repetition of the Shachris service, of the first service of the morning. The reason being that because it's common to take a break in the middle of davening to have a Kiddush on Simchas Torah morning, because it's such a long program, so Kohanes are not allowed to give a blessing to the congregation once they had something to drink. We're not talking about a glass of water, we're talking about intoxicating liquid. Even something as light wine, once they have anything with alcohol, there's no more giving a blessing to the congregation. Therefore, they do it earlier in the service before that Kiddush. Paragraph 9. When we open up the ark to take out the Torahs, to read them on Simchas Torah morning, before we read the Torah, we do hakafos again. We take out all the Torahs and we dance at them all around the whole shul. We do at least 7 circuits around. We'll extend each circuit and we'll go for a while, a lot of dancing, a lot of celebration. It's always a great time for everyone involved, celebrating this most wonderful gift that God gave us of the Torah. One of the practices of Simchas Torah Day is that every male over bar mitzvah makes a blessing on the Torah they get in Aliyah. And therefore it's very common, especially in larger shuls, that you'll have they'll take different Torahs to different rooms in the shul, and have a lot of Torah readings going on to give everyone a chance to get an Aliyah on the Torah. Once that is finished, somebody is called up to get an Aliyah to make a blessing on the Torah on behalf of all the children, and it's common to hang a talis over the head of the person making the blessing on the Torah. All the kids in the shul will gather underneath that talis. They sometimes have to use a bunch of talisim to fit everybody in, and then that person makes this blessing on the Torah on behalf of all the kids. We then have the honor of what's called the Chasan Torah. The person gets the last aliyah, makes the last blessing on the Torah to finish off the cycle. That is followed by a second Torah from which we begin the next cycle with. We start reading from the book of Genesis. The one who gets that aliyah is called the Chassan Bereshis, the groom of Genesis. And then we use a third Torah for the Maftir portion of the Torah reading, which discusses the different offerings that were brought in the temple on the holidays. Paragraph 10. The ones that got those last two aliyahs, the aliyah, the Chassan Torah, the bride of the Torah, the one finishing off the Torah, the cycle, and the one who got the first aliyah of the new cycle, it's common for them to make a special kiddush to make in honor of the getting that aliyah. It's a huge honor. So, because that they'll give money to charity and to celebrate the fact that they were honored with such a special thing. This concludes today's learning. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful Yom Tif, and see you all tomorrow, or actually hopefully later today if I get out the recordings for the next few days in time today.